Hey,
Hey, hey,
what up? What
Mr.
up?
Hustler, welcome to the show.
We are back. What up, Nelson?
Hey, man, you know what I got today? So we're doing an '80s flick. Look at this. I haven't had these in years. They're Bazooka
Nice.
Joe.
Yeah, that's
I guess
old
you call
school.
Bazooka, but Bazooka Joe is the guy in the comic here, right? Look at that.
Right. Yeah.
You know, they're so stupid, but you read them anyway. It's like, they're cheesy. A guilty pleasure, right?
Classics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck
So,
yeah, man. We got an 80s movie here.
how was your week?
It was good. A lot of getting ready for this movie, getting our content out there for the football channel, and we got our
Actually,
Lego.
busy week for you guys for that free agency and stuff, right?
Yeah, this was like technically the start to the 2023 NFL season with everything going on.
Yeah, so I was seeing the notifications coming up, like a wild man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It don't stop. The grind don't
keep
sleep.
busy, you guys. You and the fantasy boys over there.
Heck yeah. And Minnesota Marty in the house. What up, dude?
Minnesota Marty.
We're gonna smoke it
Hey,
up here real soon.
he changes his thumbnail a lot, doesn't he? Or is it just
Yeah.
me? It seems different.
Yeah, well, and I think
Hey,
whatever it
Marty.
was, Noble came in here one time and he was like, I don't like that profile picture. That's scary. And then he changed it to like a cat.
Oh, okay. Understandable. Because I think I've seen different images with this Minnesota Marty.
Yep. He said, Noble made me.
Where are we here? I'm gonna find YouTube. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so this movie, so we're talking about La Bamba, released July 24th, 1987. As far as like my personal connection to it, we used to have, I mean, I don't know where they are now, but there was like tapes of me like dancing around to like this song. And we'll just the scenes in the movie came out a year after I was born, but I guess this was like one of the first movies that would actually hold my
86.
attention. Yeah.
You're dancing around, huh?
Yeah. What up, Sir Bong's a lot? Sir Bong's in the
The
house.
bongs a lot.
Yeah, and so I don't know if this
Change
is
the consonants on that one, huh? The TH to a B.
yeah. So I don't know if it is if this kind of set me up for liking the music biopics, but yeah, I'm a fan of a lot of the music biopics that are out there.
Of which ones specifically?
Just music biopics in general. Like recent.
Oh, right.
Like I like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
We can even bring it back to like Notorious.
Queen.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot. There's a big list of these ones.
I was gonna say something. I lost my thought. Something about the Bamba. Oh yeah, so I'm got a couple years on Hustler here. So I was a young teenager when it came out, and Lou Diamond, he was fairly, that was his first hit, but people kind of knew him from TV, and he yeah, all right.
Yeah, we're good.
And so this is kind of his first breakout role, though.
I mean, for sure. Yeah. And I actually even have like a little clip that I found from an interview. Let me see. I'm not even sure what year this interview was from, but this is he was at some Comic-Con or some kind of convention. And
Okay, cool.
here's his words about what La Bamba was to him.
Lou Diamond Phillips' life changed forever when he strapped on a guitar to play teen heartthrob Ritchie Valens in the hit film La Bamba.
This was the turning point. I mean, I was an unknown kid from Texas. I caught lightning in a bottle. This is my Cinderella story. And what's funny is, and I'm at this fan convention now, and it's been 30 years. I would not have a career if it were not for La Bamba. I probably would have kicked around and done a lot of roles or whatnot, but this one shot me out of a cannon.
How did you get the role?
Why? And then all of a sudden, literally overnight, they flipped me to the role of Ritchie and screen tested me, and, the rest is history.
Now, that was one of the coolest things that I found out is that, so his co-star, Esai Morales, they originally wanted him to be Ritchie. And like Lou Diamond Phillips is reading as Bob, and then like I'm not sure where it happened, but they swapped those two. And
yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
happens quite a bit. It happened with me when I did the Natalie Cole story with Robert Townsend. I read for a different part, then ended up getting another part. Paid in Full, same thing. I read for a different one, they gave me another one. So that's quite common. But you know, of course, those are lead roles he's talking about.
Right. And the age one, what up? He said, was that Donna interviewing him? I don't think so. I guess I'm not 100% if it was. I don't think so.
Donna from the film?
Yeah, I don't think it was, right?
Oh, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Blonde and I don't know. Did it look similar?
I wasn't even paying attention to her.
You did. You have to watch it again and see it. It could have been because I remember he may not be far off. That's what I'm thinking. That I don't think he's just joking. I think he's got some.
Okay, and he said pronounced AG. Got you, bro. Gotcha. Yeah. So his Esai Morales, him and Lou Diamond Phillips. I mean, they just they lit up the screen. And one thing that was kind of cool about just listening to interviews and stuff, and they pretty much said like Bob in real life. So the guy who Esai's portraying, he was a big help on getting that, like a lot of the info, because I mean, there's nothing written about him, and he said that's really how he was. He was drunk and abusive and crazy motherfucker, pretty much. Right. And then he gave as many stories as he could about Ritchie and the family. But yeah, I mean, this movie takes place. It's based on Ritchie Valens, and 1956 through 59 is the movie portraying. Yeah, 57 through 59.
I remember on the screen last night.
Yeah. 57 through 59 is what it's portraying. So old school. And yeah, they even had
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, even what I was gonna say, we'll wait for that. We'll go ahead.
I was gonna say Esai Morales, he stole the show, man. Lou Diamond Phillips was great, but really the dark horse, but he stole the show. His performance was amazing throughout.
Yeah, and he was
too.
What they call
he was in.
And he was the top billing actor on the I mean, his name came out first. Is that how you say it?
No, I think Lou Diamond's name came out first, didn't it?
Well, no, like his was all the way at the end, and we're gonna show kind of some opening credits and a little bit here, and it was like, and introducing Lou Diamond Phillips, so it was kind of after.
Oh yeah, it did say that, but I just assumed that's how they introduced him as a top billing. But you're right though, if I think about it like that. So and I remember that
because that's the only. I mean, I guess the only way that I think of top billing is whoever's name comes up first, like in the credits. But even though Lou Diamond Phillips, obviously the star of the movie.
Okay, yeah, that's why I think. That's because Esai had more experience, right, as an actor. I think.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, I mean, Lou Diamond Phillips. He said he did come from a theater background, and so he had been doing stuff, and like you said, he did some TV and stuff. But yeah, just like a no-namer in Texas.
Okay, and who else was really good? The actress that played the mother. Wow.
Yeah. So what was that? Rosanna.
What's her name?
Rosanna DeSoto, I believe.
There you go. Rosanna DeSoto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really good.
Like
the way she played, like she was so lovable.
Well, and one thing that I kept hearing too amongst all these interviews and stuff is that their family was around like the entire time, like on set, like every single day. And it's crazy. The movie, they said, was kind of like almost closure into his death, even though it was like 30 years later almost. And the mom, the real life mom, actually does a cameo in the movie. It's like super, super quick, but when they're doing like a family party. And she passed away really like right after the movie was released. It was crazy. They said within 6 months after the movie was released, she passed away. But she got to see everything along the way and saw this all unfold.
I never knew that. I love the behind the scenes stuff though, but that's what we're here for.
Alan said, how long you think before they realized that Lou Diamond Phillips wasn't Mexican? Before he got the role, they were kind of hating on it because they're like, man, he's like half Filipino, and he's not
Mexican. What?
Yeah.
Alan, you knew that, man. I thought he was.
And I forget who it was. I think it might have been the writer director Luis Valdez, and he was like, Filipinos, they're just like the Mexicans of Asia, like that's all that is, very similar.
Kinda, right? Not the bogey, right?
Yeah. Because he said originally when they were trying to cast this role, I mean, they said they saw like 500 or 600 people before they even saw him, and decided on it. But they were out in East Los, in East LA, trying to find, someone real heavy Chicano who was born in East LA and
They couldn't do
everything
it,
like
huh?
that. And they said they couldn't find anyone who was fitting the bill and like just looking like Ritchie Valens, because they also wanted that. They didn't want someone who looked completely different.
And Valens was a French name or something, they said.
Well, so that was it. That was
Right.
his stage name. So yeah, it's Ricardo Valenzuela is his real name. But they cut down the Valenzuela to Valens, and then everyone kind of just thought that he was like Italian.
Oh, okay.
Even when he sang La Bamba, the
Frankie
actual,
Avalon or something.
even when they sang La Bamba, they're like, "Who's this Italian guy singing Mexican music?"
Oh yeah.
But that's really what I mean. Yeah, way back when. I mean, it's crazy because even though black people invented rock and roll, like, I mean, white people stole it, and like, and yeah, so
smell
trying to get it back.
Snelvis.
What up, Peacock? He said, yeah, I saw this movie hundreds of times on VHS growing up, for sure. And he was born in '86 also. So yeah, I'm sure when you were young.
Yeah, Miles. Yeah, because the VHS were big in the '90s, right?
Yeah.
Still I think up until the early 2000s, they were still kicking around.
Yeah, I mean, I remember collecting DVDs in like maybe like later '90s, and then I mean, yeah, VHSs weren't phased out.
But people were, they were still kind of almost 50-50, or maybe a 60-40 for VHS still.
It's just like the people who like wanted to hang on to their records and not upgrade to CDs. Like, I mean, you can only hang on for so long, and they kind of just got to make a switch.
Now, but DJs still do the records though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess some do now.
Oh, you're scratching and you're mixing and stuff, right?
Yeah. Now so many just do it digitally. That's what's crazy. And yeah, Alan, this was a good quote. He said, Bob in the studio says, "Hey, look on the bright side. Your name could have been Ricky Zuela."
Yeah, I remember that.
And he was already pissed at that point, because that was after a long studio session is what it looked like, and he already didn't like the idea of changing his name. But he's like a 16 or 17-year-old kid, like trusting someone that he thinks is gonna like help him blow up.
Yeah, and actually that the AR guy, or Joe Pantoliano,
yeah,
his character, he was actually a pretty decent guy though, for the most part. Usually they're kind of snaky, right? At least how they portray them in films and maybe in real life like that. But he was kind of on the up and up. I was kind of waiting for some side windy type of thing that was going to happen, but he never really, that never happened.
Well, and I think because he was the other Bob. We got Bob-O, who's Esai Morales, and then we got Joe, who plays the other Bob, both named Bob.
Yeah.
And what up, Bogey? Said VHS, give me money. You know it.
How often do you see Bob, like two characters with the same name in a film?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is based on a true story, so maybe that's the only. Because if it's a regular movie, they wouldn't give two main characters the same name. I mean, they just wouldn't do that. But.
You know what though? I'd like to see that just one time, man, one time. I get my buddy Todd to write. He's a writer, a director. I shot a film with him. Damaged Goods, co-produced it years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's writing right now. He just sent me a script. I just finished reading it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm getting him to put two names in there and have like an entourage of cast. People getting all mixed up with the name.
There you go.
It could be like a good murder mystery. No, it wasn't Christine. It was Christina. You just change the A from an E.
I like it. Right? I like it. And so the other Bob, it seemed like he was just like, I mean, wherever he was with this record studio, I'm assuming he was like low man on the totem pole is what it was, like slumming around looking for different things. Cause I mean, he's slumming at their first, I mean, what was the first like concert almost that he kind of put on that him and the mom did. They were promoting it like crazy. And we're going to get to a couple clips here real soon. But yeah, he just seemed like he was slumming. Then he brings him into the recording studio, and they're just like in the basement. So
yeah,
he just seemed like he was low man on the totem pole and needed someone to kind of like, he had to find someone to kind of make his name, is what I was assuming.
Oh, and that's probably why he was kind of a nice guy too.
Yeah.
That makes sense. He's trying to, he had to change the name and do certain things that he had to do, but he wasn't an a-hole yet.
Yeah. Exactly.
Some of those guys out there, I don't know.
Yeah. And well, how about let's get into the opening scene here and opening credits, because I mean, you really get a good shot of California in the 1950s, or at least what they're portraying in the 1950s. And man, I mean, these guys were just like migrant like fruit pickers, and they're just
some good locations for this this show. What was, because it was LA, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. Here we go.
Man. Yeah, it was a really good film. Sad ending.
Yeah. There
Well
it is.
acted. Man, it was good.
Yeah. If you had to boil it down, any scenes or any parts of performances that stood out to you?
A lot of what Esai Morales did. Like even just how he played drunk and stuff. It was like really spot on. He didn't overdo it. And did just enough where he wasn't like, stumbling over, but he was still kind of weary. And to do that, that's hard to play.
Yeah.
Play drunk like that.
Yeah.
So, and then the mothers, like there's a lot of parts where she was so genuine that stood out a lot. Just watching her, how she portrayed herself and how enthusiastic she was about her son doing this and that, and seemed almost surreal, but not in a bad way, but just like it makes you want to say, man, my mom was pretty good, but it makes you just wish that, I wish my mom was like that all the time.
Right.
I was fortunate to have my parents, back me and the rest of my siblings. Like we're good that way. And that kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah. Super gung ho, knowing that he needed a push and she was going to be the one to use the rent money to like, get a hall just so they can have like a concert there, and ends up, just being a big success and everything.
Yeah. Oh, there's one scene stands out, and Chaotic mentioned it. It's like, not my first, and so not my last.
Yeah.
So not my first, not my last. So,
Yeah.
You're just the number. So there's some classic lines though, right? There's some classic lines in there.
Definitely. And then she throws the glass right at him, and like you say, just dodged it right in time.
Yeah, so all the scenes that really stood out were with Esai Morales', but Lou Diamond Phillips scenes were solid, but it wasn't as what's the word? Oh, the Bob's character was so much more charismatic.
Yeah.
You'd almost think that he was the one who actually made it.
Right.
Big.
Right.
Like,
I mean, the movie. I mean, that's what's crazy. I mean, the movie's just as much about him as it is about Ritchie.
Yeah. And I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
One, I didn't know Esai was in it, but also that character, you can tell that character was in it so much that is it more about this character? And how he turned around almost kind of was.
Well, and really, I mean, because there was, nothing publicized. I mean, man, it's from the late 50s. And Bob, he was one of the guys who was like one of the main influences. He was Luis Valdez. He said he did extensive interviews, with everybody, but Bob probably interviewed the most with them, and kept it the most raw, with the stories, like the TJ story, the shaman story, but just like all of his drunken debauchery as well. Like he said you could use it all.
Yeah. Very, very compelling.
Yeah.
Then and that's it. And then you look at Joe's, because those three characters obviously stand out. And then the other characters not so much. Joe Pantoliano, he played it well, but nothing really stood out like as far as performance wise,
Right.
But he's always solid in the work that he does.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, and most of the mean, all of the music scenes, that's not Lou. I mean, he's not even playing the guitar or anything. None of the music is actually coming from him. It's Los Lobos that are doing all the music. You know, he's just lip syncing it and playing the guitar and stuff. But those are really like his main scenes in there. It's all the musical scenes, all the scenes with Donna. You know, that was none that we really played. I mean, then we just would have been playing the whole movie, like at that point. But yeah, a lot of it was him and Donna, and I guess him acting like a giddy little kid. Is definitely like some good acting on his part too.
Yeah, it's very plausible, of course, at that age, you know,
because it's
it
the
makes
50s.
sense. Yeah.
Everything just seemed like just a lot more PG, you know, the way they're talking to each other. Like not Bob, obviously, but like that was the realness. He's just a savage.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the way that they're talking, you know, calling her kitten and all that kind of stuff, you know. It's gonna be a real jazz kitten, and like everything's just funny the way that they talk. Like I can imagine people talking like that back in the 50s.
Yeah, yeah, they have the kind of dry language about the book,
Yeah.
prim and proper. Yeah, and there's no other characters really. All the other characters were pretty much just basic. There's no good one-liners, nothing really.
No.
They're all said by Bob mostly.
Yeah, yeah.
Even Rosie was good, but she never had any classic lines or nothing. It really.
Right. I mean, she was a part of a couple of the scenes because she was on the other end of whatever Bob was doing.
And she held her own, but she wasn't really like the writing was really geared towards the three characters.
Yeah, and R.I.P. to the character to the actress that played Rosie, Elizabeth Peña.
Oh yeah, what happened to her?
She passed away. I'm not really sure what happened.
Oh.
Just one of the interviews that I was was watching. Esai he shouted out R.I.P. that she's no longer with us at whatever whatever convention it was at.
Was that recently?
No, I think it was like 5 years ago or something. Yeah, and the AG said the one line would have added during the coin flip was Ritchie saying, "Must be my lucky day." Yeah, first coin toss that he ever won. Oh man, Bakeslaw said, "I don't think Bob was ever jealous of Ritchie. Just hurt that he was left out of the spotlight, but it was his own fault for being unprofessional." Yeah,
that's accurate.
And knocking up Rosie as well, because like, yeah, you remember the one scene Ritchie's like, "Yeah, you just work on taking care of Rosie, stud," and like, yeah, they didn't want him to be like his dad, I guess, the one who wasn't around. And Esai, he said that he could connect to that character because same thing for him, where he grew up without a dad. So another reason why he really connected with Bob.
All right.
Man, well, this was a good one. I mean, this is a movie I've been watching ever since I was a little kid, and not sure what we're gonna do next. We're gonna have to think of a good one here.
Well, there's lots to choose from, man. There's lots of movies out there.
Yeah,
we'll get some ideas too.
I do want to remind everyone who's rocking with us, go join the SSB crew at ssbcrew.com. It's we got Bogart's music on there. There's 2 tiers. One's for movies and one's for music. And if you do the music, you get the music and the movies. We're going to start doing polls over there where you guys can be a part of picking and choosing which movies we actually break down.
Yeah, Bogart's got some good tunes going.
Yeah.
I think he's probably, he's busy something else tonight, but the Friday nights, right? That studio.
Yeah. He's hitting that up later tonight, I'm sure. And Bakes a Lot said, "Yeah, I feel that I understand Bob more now. I always considered him a dirtbag." Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm sure he considered himself a dirtbag a lot of the times too. But yeah, when we're watching this as kids, maybe we don't empathize with Bob as much as we do when we're older.
Yeah, you see certain things. You see so many different things when you're older, man. 20 years down the road.
Yeah.
You see it when you're a kid, a teenager.
Yeah, that's for sure. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Oh, the ratings. We got to do the ratings, right?
Yeah. So we'll go ahead.
What a fantastic film. I give it an A-. It's in the A area.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I'm just gonna give it a solid A. I won't give it an A+. but it was definitely groundbreaking what they did. I mean, there was, I mean, guys like Lou Diamond Phillips. I mean, just like he said specifically, this shot me out of a cannon. Yeah, I mean,
that it was quick, man. It was quick.
yeah. This movie's awesome. One of my favorites for sure.
Go see it, guys.
Bakes a Lot gives it a B plus. Yeah, if you guys have not seen it, you guys need to go see it. Even all the clips that we showed.
Thanks, Mr. Bakes. B plus. That's good.
Even all these clips that we showed is still a very, very small part of the movie. So if you haven't seen it, you need to go see it. And if you're not following the podcast officially, definitely got to go follow it at ssbpod.com. You go there and then you can get to Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, or just go search Silver Screen Breakdowns and you'll see our stuff. We got the red logo on there, and go check out all our past episodes as well.
You're funny, man. You go see the film. It's right here. It's right in front of your face. You just got to turn it on. You have to go anywhere.
There we go. Marty said, I'll have to watch. You must do it. You must do it.
Marty.
Nelson, you're the man. Appreciate you coming on and steering this ship with me for this awesome 80s classic movie.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll see what the next one. I'll get back out there on the locations and pound the streets.
There we go. Yeah, we'll try to get the next episode here in about 2 weeks, and we'll try to keep knocking these out and do it twice a month. All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out.
We appreciate you guys rocking with us. 2-hour show. Appreciate you guys rocking with us live. And yeah, we'll see you real soon.
Good weekend, everybody. You too, hustler.
Yeah. Peace out, Nelson.
All right. Later.